Hello Year 10, so this is another little video to try and help you with half-life calculations. Hopefully you've got a good idea about what half-life is all about from looking at the PowerPoint that I sent you and looking at the booklet and also looking at the Oak National lesson. This is just a top tip on how to tackle half-life calculations, which you are definitely going to have to be able to cope with. So I'm just going to show you just three. I've picked out three of the questions from the booklet from the page that starts off easy, then you've got medium, and then you've got the hard ones. So I've picked out a few of those. So the first one that I've picked out is question 3. Sodium-24 has a half-life of 15 hours. Okay, so remember what half-life means. It means it's the time it takes for half of the radioactive nuclei to decay, or it's the time it takes for the activity to fall by half. So this one's about activity. So it's got a half-life of 15 hours. If it has an original activity of 500 becquerels, what will its activity be after 30 hours, 45 hours and 60 hours? And the best way to tackle these, every half-life question calculation that you get, is to start off and go from left to right. And I draw a circle, okay, and in the left-hand circle, the start circle, you write down the activity, or whatever it tells you in the question. So it starts off at 500. Then you do an arrow, and that arrow represents the half-life. So underneath it, I can write down 15 hours. So after 15 hours, the activity's fallen by half. So after 15 hours, it's going to be 250 becquerels. After another half-life, it's going to be half of that again. So it's going to be 125 becquerels. So that's your answer to the first question, 30 hours. Okay, it's going to be 125 becquerels after 30 hours. After another 15 hours, okay, so you're now up to 45 hours. If half of 125 is 62.5 becquerels, so that's your answer to this question here. And then after another 15 hours, so you're now up to your 60 hours, half of 62.5 is 31.25 becquerels. Okay, so that is your how to go about answering that kind of question, and this method you can use for most half-life calculations. So we'll use the same method with this question, which is question 6. Okay, so you've got the half-life of radon-222 is 3.8 days. What was the original activity if it has an activity of 10 becquerels after 7.6 days? Okay, well with this one, you kind of have to work backwards. So you can draw out your circles, and the question's asking you what is the start activity, the original activity. So you know that the half-life is 3.8 days. Okay, and the question says that it's got an activity of 10 becquerels after 7.6 days. Well, 3.8 plus 3.8 is 7.6. So you know that after 2 half-lives, or 7.6 days, it's got an activity of 10 becquerels. So what must it have been here? It must be double that, so it's got to be 20. What must it have been here? It must be double that one, so it must be 40. So the answer to the question is 40 becquerels. And doing it visually like this does definitely help. Okay, so the next one is that I'm going to show you is about the half-life of proactinium-234 is 6.75 hours. What percentage of a sample will remain after 27 hours? So the first thing you've got to do here is work out how many half-lives is 27 hours. So you do 27 divided by 6.75 gives you 4 half-lives. and then you can draw it out visually again. So it's asking you, for this time, it's asking you for the percentage, and some questions will do this. They'll either ask you for the percentage or they'll ask you for a fraction. So this time, let me show you. So if it's asking you for a percentage, at the start, it must be 100% of the sample, mustn't it? And then after 6.75, so after one half-life, you're going to have 50%. After another 6.75 hours, it's going to be 25%. So that's 2 half-lives. After another 6.75 hours, it's going to be 12.5%. And finally, after 4 half-lives, 1, 2, 3, 4, so you count the arrows, it's going to be 6.25%, and that's your answer. 6.25% remains after 27 hours. I'll just show you here, if the question had said what fraction of a sample remain after 27 hours, you can do it in exactly the same way. So if the question says what fraction remains, you do it in the same way, but instead of writing 100%, you just write a number 1. After one half-life, there's going to be a half. After another half-life, there's going to be a quarter. After another half-life, it's going to be an eighth and a 16th. So if you get a question asking you about what fraction remains, you can still do it in exactly the same way. You start off with your whole sample originally there. That's your whole fraction. Or if it asks you for a percentage, you just write 100%. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any difficulties.